Hello, my name is Katie Proberts, and I'm partnering with Grains of Sugars to host a short series of conversations and interviews. Today, I'm sitting down with Amber Renae Betts, a local musician who recently recorded a series of beautiful covers in honor of Black History Month. The songs she chose are all meaningful in different ways, and together they tell a story rooted in hope, perseverance, and reflection. Amber's selections include Lift Every Voice and Sing, Summertime, A Change is Gonna Come, and Stand Up. Today, we're having a conversation with the goal to learn more about the significance of the songs she selected and how she went about putting her own special mark on those beautiful pieces of work. Let's get to it. Hi, Amber. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm so excited to get to talk to you about some of the work that you've done and the songs that you've sang. When we look at the songs that you've chosen, Lift Every Voice and Sing, Summertime, A Change is Gonna Come, and Stand Up, what connects them to you on a deeper level?
Honestly, it was the nostalgia, I feel like, for me. Those particular songs just resonate with either experiences that I've had in my childhood or just the moments that I heard certain artists sing them. It just was very impactful. So to me, it was just great artistry and the message. All of those things just made the decision to choose those songs just that much more easy.
And speaking of artistry, there's been a lot of powerful artists that have sang these songs and had their own interpretations of them. So, how do you bring your own artistry to these songs while still paying homage to those that have come before you when it comes to the songs?
I think that's just kind of what artistry is about. If it's something that you are gifted with, not something that is taught, you have no choice. I think that's just kind of how I reckon with it. You have no choice but to make it your own. What note I decided to start the song on, end the song on, how I chose to deliver the song was just kind of my way of saying, this is me, but I'm also going to respect the art that was put before.
I noticed that you have some different outfits that you wear, and you also made the choice to go a cappella with a lot of them. Can you speak to that a little bit more?
I love a good instrumental. I love, a good beat, but sometimes you just need to pause for the cause, meaning just pause for the story, what the words are actually expressing. And so that was key, especially on those almost old hymnal type of songs. It just needed to give that much soul.
Yeah, absolutely. We are both parents and mothers, and I know how important music is with me and my daughter. And so, how important is music being passed down through family to you?
I am going to go on record, and I'm not the first one, but I'm going to go on record to say that music is quite literally a love language, okay? For me specifically, in my family, there's so many singers, so many musicians, and so it's just one of those things that I feel like has to carry forward, and it had to carry forward even with myself and to my children. And so, yeah, it's a love language.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's something that can be shared. And speaking of like sharing, I know when it comes to Black history, it's oftentimes where you want to share that culture with other people. So, do you think music can be an entry point for people who otherwise feel disconnected from cultural conversations? And how do you go about bridging that conversation?
I do believe that music, artistry as a whole, can definitely be kind of that glue that will bridge the gap and start conversations. And so sometimes when you play some songs, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. And people get to connect in ways that maybe they didn't otherwise think they would.
Yeah, absolutely. So, whenever you are starting those conversations, what do you encourage people to do if they're wanting to learn about another culture?
Be vulnerable enough to say that you may be ignorant to some facts about another culture. I think that's a lot of what people don't like. They don't like to raise their hand and say, I don't know. But I would really call people to be curious in a way that will allow them to be vulnerable and to ask the questions and to have the dialogue.
Yeah. I feel like people who see this interview are going to get a lot of hope and inspiration to dive into that curiosity. And I feel like that ties back into the songs that you've chosen so beautifully. It's that core of hope. And so, if hope had a sound to you, what would that sound be?
That sound would be the waves of an ocean. That is what hope would be. It's a calming that says no matter where you are, no matter what's happening in life, it's something that centers you to believe in something greater, to move past whatever is difficult. It just sounds like peace.
I really appreciate your time here with us, Amber, and for you giving parts of yourself into the covers that you recorded. I think anytime that you put a piece of art out into the world, you are giving a little piece of yourself. And so Grains of Sugar really appreciates you doing that and being a part of it.
Yay! I appreciate being able to share the artistry and to, pay homage to those before me that sang those songs. So I'm just so happy to have the opportunity.